Okay, I don't have on sound because hubby is snoring. Ooh, you can tell when he's tired now. Ooh, because he gets louder and louder. Okay, so what am I making? For anybody want to know, I had an order for towels for the kitchen. It's a and it's going to look like a dress. I think y'all may have seen mine. It hangs on my oven right on the door. And so this is the top, right? This is the top pretty much. And then I put the towel at the bottom. I can decorate the top. Like I could put some buttons down the center of the dress if I want, or some lace, which you're gonna see the one that I'm doing now. I actually embroidered the AKA symbol. Um, you'll see it in a few minutes when I finish with the top. So I've embroidered. I actually have two of them. This is AKA for those who are AKA, right? These are the colors. See, I embroidered the emblem there, and I'm doing one that's green and one that's the lemon kind of pinkish color, right? And so right now that's what I'm doing the top. Okay, so you will see it in a minute. So what I've done, I've taken, and instead of me using two of the same colors, I have the inside of the dress being a different color, which you won't see online. If you look up people who make these, they usually have the same fabric on both sides, but I find it adds a little flavor when you can see like that, it's not that way. This is just a different one. So this is me. I'm finished the top. Or like I said, I could put some buttons, make it like a little girl dress right here, or some lace here. Um, so this is one of them. And so far what I've done, I put right sides together, right? I'm going to, this is more circular. This one is square. And you can see that the top here is square, right? This is what the piece, when I designed the little piece, it looked like this, right? This is the arm, and when I fold it, it looks like that. But this one is square. And what I'm doing now is oval or circular. This is my first time doing an oval circular one, so I'm in a sense kind of testing as I go as well, right? And when I end up, I don't really care about this, but since I'm doing a circular portion here, I do have to kind of put here, so when I turn it, it'll look good. And clip close to the stitching without going through the stitching. If I'm accidentally cut the stitching, I would have to stitch again. I would have to go all around it again. Because once you cut the stitching, you cut a hole in your whatever you're creating. I just have to be careful enough not to cut stitching. Anything with a circular or curve, since if you want to lay right, you do have to kind of do this. So it can lay right when I turn it. And I almost, looked like I almost went to this through the stitching, but I didn't. I'm testing it now. Look, so I did not. Thank goodness. But it would be no problem if I had to go. If you make a mistake and cut through stitching, you just sew it again. Okay. So it's not like it'll be the end. You just have to go and stitch it again. So you do want to get as close as you can. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna flip this. I can either way I can flip this or I can flip that. Right? I'm gonna take the white side and I'm gonna flip it through a circle like this. And so I turned the white on this side, right? I see that, right? And then so when I flip it like this, now you see everything is on the right side. And now what I have to do, you see all that bunching? I'm not sure if you can see. I just have to iron it and it should lay flat. If it's still bunched, once I iron it, that means I did not snip it enough. Okay. I'm gonna take my kind of pull everything like that. Yeah, I shouldn't even have to really iron because if you snip, you should just have to pull everything. And see how it's laying flat? Everything's looking pretty good. I am gonna iron it flat, and then I'm going to stitch around it to make sure that it stays. Okay. And see, that one is more circular. I'm not sure if you can tell, but that one is more circular instead of the square neck on the other one. So I used to do them just square neck. It was easier for me, easier, you know. And then these are the first times I've done like circular necks because I didn't know originally when I first. If you ever see me make mine, I'm not sure if I recorded that, and if I did, I'm not sure if I posted it. But I recorded me making these a couple of years ago, the one that I have downstairs, and I didn't know how to finish the this portion. So on mine downstairs, there is no finishing here. And it still looked good. It still looked good. I didn't finish it. Yeah, and it still came out pretty good. But then I learned how I tried to figure out a way where I could finish it. And this is the way I determined that I need to do it if I want to finish. So if I didn't finish the raw edge of the hair though, I think what I ended up doing for the one downstairs is that let me show you what let me give you an example. The one that's not done. So this one isn't done yet. But I did put them together, right? See, it's raw edges. So what I ended up doing was I was trying to figure out how to so that won't unravel when I wash it. So what I ended up doing was doing a serge stitch around and protect the edges, and then I proceeded to make it. Actually, it's easier than what I'm doing now. Quicker, not easier, quicker. Because if I wasn't doing all this portion finishing, all I would have to do is have this wrong sides together, stitch this side, stitch that side, and bam, it would be done. Right? But because I'm trying a different method, I had to stitch this first, turn it upside down, and then I got to figure out a way to stitch this side and that side from the inside. I'm going to show you how I'm about to do that in a minute. Because if I stitch this on this side and this side like this, then the stitching, this raw edge will be showing. But that I can zigzag, I can serge the sides and it'll still be good, especially if I put pretty thread in there and serge it. But no, so I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that. And that's called the roll. What they call it? They call it the, what is it called? I call it the roll method, but I think they call it some type of method. I can't think of the name of it right now. Essentially, what I need to do is I want to stitch this side together, these two sides together, right? But I don't want the raw edges. So essentially, a way I could do it, I could take my time and kind of iron the edges in like this. I could take my time and put this edge in, and then the top edge in, and do it like that, and then stitch. I could do that, and it'll still come out good. But then there's another way. So what I want to do, I need to stitch the sides together, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna roll. Right. I roll. Wait, because I need to stitch it. Okay. I'm gonna roll this. Wait, first, before I even do that, I'm sorry. I need to stitch this down. Because if I don't stitch this down, it still would be okay, except, well, there's no except. Let me tell you, some things you do just to ensure that things stay looking neat without any issues. There's a lot of things I do not have to do, but I still do it, right? So for instance, right now, this portion is done, but, and I can move on and start stitching everything else. Okay, and this is what it looks like, right? Now just imagine, you see that it looks good. Just imagine though somebody wash it and then the two sides kind of pucker from each other and the white starts showing more than it does now. That can happen. And it still won't be bad, it still look good. But if I want to ensure that that white doesn't come out or puckers, I will put a stitch and keep it in place, and nobody will have to worry about it. So what I'm about to do isn't necessary. There's a lot of, like, you might look at people's videos that show you how to do this. They have you doing things that's not necessary. And instead of them saying, hey, this is not necessary, they don't. They just tell you this is what you need to do, but you do not. Okay. But I could put a decorative stitch, I could do a regular straight stitch. And what that would just do, first of all, to make this flatter and ensure that nothing moves. You know what I mean? So it really depends on what you like and don't like. So let me show you. See, because when I did mine, you see that you could see the white stitch. Like if you didn't want white stitch to show you, I would have used black. Or if I didn't want any stitch there at all, I didn't have to stitch it. And it wouldn't have made this project worse. Adding extra stitches only make things better, right? But I'm gonna be honest, it's not necessary. Okay, it's not necessary. But I am gonna put a stitch around here. Now, I'm not even sure if I want to, because it's then gonna have a right stitch. I don't feel like changing the threads. Because I was thinking about changing the thread to pink, which I do have sitting over here, right? And then having the pink there. And it'll get to stand out. I think I may do that. If I top stitch, I am gonna change to this. And that's the issue when you're sewing, right? The more you make decisions. It could be an issue or it could be a blessing. It could be just make your items stand out better, right? if I don't want to top stitch, I don't have to top stitch. And on a project like this, it really doesn't matter for real. Like I said, the stitch that I put there will be more it will be decorative and functional, but not necessary. Not necessary. What I will say though, if I do it, I could have it white because the bottom will be white. I haven't decided on the bottoms yet. To be honest, that's why when I started this yesterday, I was messing around trying to figure it out, right? I don't know if I'm going to use like this is the bottom, this is the skirt part, right? It's gonna look pretty and cute like a skirt, right? Or if I'm gonna use an actual, which I believe I'm gonna use this instead of a towel. And that's because if I had a towel that matches these colors, it would be great. But these towels do not. Like the towels I have, although they're cute, I have this one, and I have this one, like with the little man on it. And I also have I have a regular black towel, regular white towel, and I also had this one, which I thought was real cute, where it says, "This kitchen is seasoned with love." Originally, I was going to use these, but because I put the AKA there and it doesn't match, I'm going to just use the white. And then maybe put some lace or make like for this one, right? Now that at the top, it's at the bottom, and maybe put a strip of green down here, and it'll all blend up like a cute little dress. Originally, I was going to stitch the AKA on this part, but then I decided to make it the front of the dress up here. Okay. I'll see what it look like when it's done, and see what I'm gonna do next time. But right now, this is gonna be the top, plain with maybe with a green strip down here that looks like a border, and then it all blend in. Okay, so I guess I am gonna go with this. Now, the good thing about if I decide to not change the color pink here, I can leave it white because the bottom is white, so it'll be okay. Because I'm gonna tell you, even though it only take like less than a minute for me to rethread the machine, I really don't. You don't want to be changing the machine. Then usually you change the bobbin to match your machine, the top thread. I don't feel like doing that. Not for this project anyway, because it's not necessary. It will not. If it made it better, and it was something that was necessary to make it more functional, I would. But when it doesn't, my time is money. If it takes me 3 hours to create something, then the cost goes to these items. I'm not really worried about that. I folded that just to make sure I put that in the center. That looks good. Okay. But the AKA stitch out. Wait, let me see if y'all can see it. It came out really good. It shifted a little bit on here, but nobody could tell. Only I could tell, and that's me being picky. So I do need to go in and get these extra threads off of here. Eat the donut. We can look in the back of me, y'all. No.
eat this. These to eat this.
You eating your food, Licky?
No, he's trying to eat tomato
So-
because he's scary tomato.
Oh, somebody eating tomato and the tomato is scary?
Oh.
But what I need you to do is eat that food though, Licky.
He needs apples.
Uh-huh.
He eat this. Oh. Oh no. Purple dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Somebody did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he cut that.
Cut that.
Oh, he's wicked.
Anyway, I'll finish. Get me correct when I'm finished with it. Okay, so I am gonna top stitch it. I think I am, or maybe not. Let me think about it for a second.
Okay, tomato gone.
Honest truth, I don't really need to top stitch. By the time I stitch the sides together, there will be
Tomato gone.
tomato gone.
Oh no,
Okay.
tomatoes here.
Mm-hmm.
It's so scary.
Scary. And if I do it, and there's a couple of reasons why I'm thinking about.
Let's go see no one.
Okay.
Let's go see a woman.
Uh-huh. There's a couple of reasons I'm thinking about not top stitching. Mainly, but my main one
Wow.
is because a top stitch would draw the eyes to the stitching because none of this is white. And it'll be close to my emblem. See, the neckline is right there, and the emblem starts right there. Now, unless I did a really tight top stitching, which essentially doesn't even make, I don't see the reason for it. If I'm trying to talk myself in or out of it. If I could do a stitch, it'll be real close and really you wouldn't even see it. Which if it's not functional, why would I do that? Why would I waste my time doing it? So,
Wasn't so scary when it's. Oh wow.
I don't think I'm gonna do it.
And go use this.
Okay.
Women.
I'm just gonna
And go
iron it pretty well.
scary women.
And then when we stitch this together the way it should be.
Oh, you really do this.
I'm gonna make sure that's there. Make sure.
A couple women. Oh no!
Now, if this was a little girl's shirt or dress for real or top for real, then yes, without a doubt, I would do a stay stitch. Stay stitch means I would go underneath and I would go and stitch this to this, and that would stop that white from peeking up. But this is not a real top. And that's what I think people forget when they're doing the project. They treat it as if it is a real little girl's dress top. But it's not. It's a small little item that's going to hang on your kitchen rack like this. And the dress part going to be down here, all cute. This is not a real dress. Nobody's going to be wearing it. There's no zippers. There's nothing that's going to irritate anybody's skin. You know what I mean? So I do understand why someone new who don't really make patterns and they're just following somebody's pattern. Of course, I know why you did it. You did it because somebody told you to do it. But do you need to do it? You do not. And the reason I'm putting the iron on here, because I'm trying to, when you embroider, I'm trying to get some of these real folds out, which I'll have to put steam on it. Then it gets out eventually. But anyway, now what I'm going to do, because I decided not to top stitch, I am going to stick a iron on this side too to make sure everything's there. Place long enough. Now, I'm gonna put no steam on it right now because I don't want to burn myself. Now, See, when I did that, see, now that's the reason why top stitching, I just don't want to. I don't see the value in top stitching, even though you can see a little white peeking up. I think that adds to everything. It's not taking away. Now, if you did not want any of that white that's underneath to show any, then yes, most definitely you would top stitch. You would pull it out the way and top stitch, and it won't peek up. But for this project, that's not necessary. Okay, it's really not that goddamn serious. If it was that serious, I would have did both sides in this green. In fact, it would have been cute if I would have used the opposite side in the pink and let that little pink show at the top. Would have been a tad bit of pink, but then that would have been me wasting a whole panel of pink just for a little bit up here and a little bit at the shoulders. Ridiculous, ridiculous, wasteful. Okay. And this item costs less because of my choices on my products, right? If I use too high end quality, which this is, don't, what I'm saying, this is not high end. I would not use high end quality fabric for a project like this, right? High end would be silk or something like that, but unless somebody paid me to do that. But what I'm saying though, why use this color on both sides when one side is the inside? Okay. So I could use a sturdier but yet cheaper fabric on the inside. Okay. And that's my choices. Other people make different choices. Make your choices how you want. Anyway, let me get through this. So I'm not gonna top stitch. I've decided that. And now what I need to do, I need to stitch this to this, right? These two together, but not just like this. I have to do it a different way. Okay. Essentially, I need to do some rolling, right? The roll method. I can't remember what the exact method name is. Go in. I'm trying to, what am I trying to stitch? I don't want to stitch that. I do want to stitch this. I want to stitch this to this. I want to stitch this to this. Now, please. Am I doing it like this? Am I doing it? No, I'm doing it like this. This is the wrong side. This is the right side. Okay, y'all, give me a second. Okay, cool. So I'm going to roll Oh, it's called the roll method, burrito method, right? Because look, when I started to roll it, that's when it come to me. So I'm taking both ends and I'm just gonna roll, right? You can make it as small. Don't make it too big though, and you're gonna see why in a minute. You're gonna roll it like it's a burrito. I'm not sure if that's the technical term, but I've heard people on YouTube call it that. See these two? So I got these two ends that I want to sew together, right? I want to sew these, so that's why I rolled up all of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, put that like that, and then I'm gonna put this to this. See that? So now I'm able to sew. I just need to make sure that's the wrong side. You see that? Called a burrito method. So I rolled it up like a tight burrito, and then I took the sides and I'm gonna pin them together. And I want to sew the whole side over here, so I need to pin the whole side together. Yep.
When you stop
Let's stop. Let's stop, man.
this.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you mean by this, but okay.
Oh no, it's when you go.
Feel me? Okay, so even look, this is called a burrito method, and it allows you to roll things in. And so I'm going to now just sew straight down from this end to that end. Sewing these two sides together. Okay. And right now they're right sides together. Okay. Which means this the wrong side on this side. And if I do it like this is the wrong side. Okay. Simple way. I called it the roll method. It may be called it only simple because I'm not sure if it's really called the burrito method or not. Yeah, I want the needle. I throw another way. 1 or 2 stitches. Yeah, that's close enough. One more or 2 more. Right? Yeah, perfect. Back stitch, a couple of stitches. You come forward again, and then I cut the stitches. That's string. And so, see it? So I've cut. I want to make sure I got both sides in there. And then because there is like a little curve right here, I'm going to take my scissors and clip to the thread to release some tension in it, in those areas. Okay, go close to the thread, but don't cut through. And right at these little sharp turns, I go close to the thread, and I hope I didn't cut through that thread, because I really did go real close, but I didn't cut through it, which is good. Go close. I just went a tad real close on that one, okay? And let's say I ended up cutting through the thread, I would just go through. In fact, what I may do, I'm real close, but no, I didn't cut through it. But what I could do is, if just, I think I went through, or if I'm just not even sure, you just put it back in that area. And look up stitches. No big deal if you end up, making a little mistake. No big deal. But I did not make a mistake, but I didn't cut through it, but I'm just showing you that you just chill that time. Pull you back up. Come on. Come on. Move back you up. Yeah. That one. Yeah. And it don't even matter, like, why is looking blue? Look like I got some skip stitches. It does. Wait a minute. Is my machine skipping stitches? Right here, look like it's loose. Yep. Skip stitches right here. It's a good thing I look and see why I'm not much. Even let me put you over some. I'm not sure why. I skip stitches right in that. Skip stitches is like a hole. Okay. Not sure why I would skip there. Let me see, I repair it. Yeah, see, you can, when you see that right there, it's a good thing I'm looking, because I sure wasn't looking for skip stitches. And I'm gonna tell you, I know why I did the skip stitches, because of this fabric that I have under here is stretchy, and make sure I fix this skip stitches. They're still there, but I went and made new stitches. So I'm gonna pull those skip stitches out of there. Okay. I do have some, I see some more skip stitches. That original stitches I put there was skipping a lot. So I see, I'm gonna go across this. Let me check. I have some skip stitches here. I might have to go the whole way. Let me see, do I have some over here? And I have some skip stitches here too. So we're gonna do it all over again. We're just gonna do this from beginning to end. With my up there, 2.5. Not worry about the position of my needle. And we're gonna see. We're gonna go again. Okay. We're gonna start.
Go again?
Yeah, Mama going again, man. Mama going again. Yeah, let's do it. Mama going again. Say, Mama, you can go again now. Want to go again? I need to tell her. When she go again, that's all. Because at the corner, she had already snipped. So she got to be very careful. Make sure she don't catch that. And she some rabbits. I've seen it when go up. Is that skip again? No, I think those were the original skip stitches.
A spider!
Where? What?
A
Oh.
spider.
Oh my God, you scared me. You talking about on the iPad?
It's a spider.
It's a spider on the iPad. Oh my God. Oh Lord, he scared the shit out of me. He's talking about a spider. I'm like, where? Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, it's a spider?
Yeah, it's a spider.
No, it's a yellow ball.
He's a little boy, y'all. He likes spiders. He likes bugs. Yeah.
Uh-oh. The bees is not coming behind.
Yeah, I'm your mama, but my mom's still a woman, a girl, or whatever. And she don't like bugs. You scared me when you said a spider. Thought you was talking about in the house. You almost gave my mama a heart attack, man. Leak is braver than his mama. Let me see. I should have took the skip stitches out before I sewed again. Because I'm not sure if it's skipped again or if these are the old skip stitches till I pull them out. And I have no idea why it skipped. What? I think it skipped again over here. It did, right in that one spot. It's that fabric underneath. I'm sure I know. Both of these are thin fabrics. Yeah. The bottom fabric sinks into the thing, and it could have skip stitches through that. Skip stitches is a hole. Okay, it's almost like it went in, but it didn't latch underneath, so it goes again, and then it doesn't latch underneath, and then it goes again, but it does latch underneath. And then, so where it didn't latch underneath in those two spots, that means there's no thread there, which means there's a hole. Okay, so some people might look at it and say, oh, it's no big deal. It just skipped a stitch or two. Yeah, skip. That means you have a hole. All right. I'm gonna just let me see. Let me look at it now. No, okay. It's not skipping more. That was the old one. It looks good. Okay. Could, if I want to, you could trim your seam allowance down. But I'm gonna be honest, it's not necessary on this. Okay, it's not necessary. So what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna go and pull what was inside. I'll pull this out. Thinking you eating your food? Eat your food. So this is the side I sewed. Okay. Make sure there's no holes in the back coming out. Okay. So that side is sewn, and it's the inside, okay, where I sewed. I'll iron it once I'm done with the other side. Actually, I want to iron it a little bit now. Oh, shit. I'm seeing what was supposed to be. Or should I say, I stuck myself with my seam ripper. Okay? I stuck myself. I want to put on some music when I'm doing this. Okay, so it looks good on that side. And that side's not raw. This is the difference between the two. This has a raw edge. That's a raw edge where you can see the raw when cut, and this side is finished. Side has no raw edge. And so what I want to do is I want to make this side not a raw edge also. And I saw what I did before, right? I rolled one side, which is the side that I've already done. And I'm going to take sides that I did not do and put them together. I think this time I'm going to sew with the green part to the bottom. That should stop the skip stitches. Because I do know it's the fabric. I've sewn with this fabric before, the white, and I always end up with a few skip stitches because it's the build of the fabric. Okay, the fabric is almost like a knit, like as if I needed a sweater, like a pair of socks. That's what that fabric is, and so that's why the skip stitches is happening. So in order to prevent it, I'm going instead of having that fabric to the bottom, I'm gonna sew with that fabric to the top. And I shouldn't have that problem. Okay. And what do I mean by I'm gonna have it to the top instead of the bottom? When I sewed it last time, I had the green to the top like this. This time I'm gonna put the knit fabric to the top. And that's what happens when you sew with knit. Okay. Sewing with knit is a little different than sewing with woven fabrics. It also stretches, which is why it probably had skip stitches. Yep, skipping. Oh, damn it. Right there, see that? I'm not sure if I can see it. Because it's white, you can't see it. Maybe on the green side, you can see it. Okay, so watch, I'm going to put my finger underneath the stitches. See, I can put my finger underneath the stitch. That's a skip stitch, which if I showed you in the inside, that's a hole. That's a pretty big hole too, because I could put my finger under the skip stitches, which means that's about 6 stitches that skip. It skipped the whole line, little about 10 stitches. It's just skipped. I mean, that would be a pretty big hole, okay? So I'm gonna do it again. But it is the knit fabric that's doing that, that's creating that problem. I saw it when it just skipped just now. I'm gonna fix it going backwards. And when I go backwards, I go real slow. Because I have no choice but to go slow. If I go forward, I can increase my speed, which may not be necessary. I just saw it skip again. So I'm gonna go back, grade that. I can tell what happens at the top of the needle if it skips or not when I'm looking for it. It's not, I just saw it do it again. I just saw it again, even going backwards. That's to go slow with this fabric. Oh, it did. I saw it. It did it just now. I saw it. When I see a slack happens on the needle when it pulls up the latch to make what happens is the thread gets caught on this part at the bottom that creates sort of like a loop. When it came up, I could tell that it didn't loop. Okay. And I know, and it just did it again. And I now saw what happened. So when my needle goes in, so I need to change the needle. When the needle went in, it pushed the fabric a little bit in that hole. And then it came up and then went back down, didn't latch, and it came up. And that's a sign that my needle needs to be changed. The needle isn't sharp enough to go through cleanly, but it's, which, yeah, I'm not doubting those things. Essentially, I don't remember when I changed it last. I know it was like 3 weeks ago. Who was I sewing? And I could have sworn I changed it when I was on Facebook. Last time I was sewing on Facebook. What did I sew though? When I changed it, finished sewing. I may need to change it, but I know I need to change it if I continue sewing on this fabric form. I have to do what I'm doing now because it just skipped again. And it just skipped again. It just skipped again. I was skipping in different areas. And I'm back and made up the create a strong stitch. Just stick it in that, I believe, 4. Puts that and just stick it in. I'm here, shit drive me crazy. Let me just get through this real quick and now change this needle. Maybe. It's just fabric. Different needles go for different fabrics anyway. This side is knit and the other side is woven. Okay, so even if I could use a needle, but I am using 2 different styles of two different types of fabrics on one project. Uh-oh, let me see. Check it. I can't really see the green, and the green is important. I gotta make sure I finish the green. Yeah. Sure. Just to make sure. Yeah. Because I shouldn't have to change the needle as far as the needle is not old. But like I said, I am sewing on woven and knit. I don't want to change to a knit needle. Because as soon as I change it, I'm going to change it back. Let me see. Okay, let me check it out, y'all. Let me see if I got the green for sure. See if I got stitches where I didn't cover the skip stitches. How do I know if I did? If I open the seam allowance and there's essentially a hole there, that means I have a hole. Open the seam allowance, everything looks good. Everything was cut. The hardest thing you probably, well, I wouldn't say the hardest, but one of the knits are very difficult to stitch if you don't have the right tools. Okay. You don't have the right tools.
That's my doggy.
You got a doggy?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna need to worry about that too much about that. Taking it off, pushing this off. I want to see how this turned out in a second here. Okay, it don't have to be perfect. It don't have to be pretty. Especially on this side, especially this type of stitching. Okay, because just on the inside, which we'll see in a second here. I have to go in there, push things out. Put the corners out. Corners out. And there we have it. Boom, boom. And now, I want to iron that. But I need to put some corners out. That will come off. Put steam on it in a minute. So you can see where that knits also stretch and get out of position. Although it was cut the same size as the green, through like manipulating it, moving it, it stretches. That's why I'm trying to get rid of it. That's why I'm using it on the back of things and trying to get rid of that fabric. Okay. Once it's on it, into something though, it won't manipulate it. Okay, so throw some steam on so I can get these wrinkles out of this real quick. Also, when you sew, it's best to iron because of stitches and blend in with the fabric. It's like it was a part of the fabric. And then it comes one married to it. Or we should. Right? I really wanted those. Get my fire, but I just project is not there. Like that. If I had a flapper, what they call like a piece of block.
What's the plan to be?
This is hot.
Oh, you like to need some light box.
You have probably a piece of block. I'm not buying that shit. That shit costs too much money for just to be a piece of block. Just a piece of block, yeah. I'm not even joking. And so when you put an iron on something, right, and you want it to keep, you'll take something like the block and you do like this. Keep it flat. Yeah, see, even this worked just now. Put some steam on it. But you don't want to burn it, right? You don't want to leave that on too long. So you pick a piece of block. The reason you want to do it like this, because this is hot. But this is working. And that shit costs like $30 for a piece of block. So I'm gonna go to the Lowe's and let them cut me a piece of block. But that worked too. I think it's called I don't know what they call it, like a flapper. No, look how straight that came out. Wow, it looks good too. I don't know why I didn't think about using that before. That looks good. I can't put my hand there like that right after I put the heat on because the fabric is so hot. So use something flat and go flatten it out. And that looks good. Now this edge is finished. No raw edges, and so is that side. And now all we gotta do is do the neck. Okay. By the time I put the bottoms on, I want to have all three of them done. So I have another one to do, which is right here. Okay. So now I can do it from beginning to end. I already have right sides pinned together. This is right side, that's the right side.
What?
Each nugget's looking.
You trying to say some lollipop.
You're not getting no what lollipops? I got no lollipop. But eat them nuggets.
You trying to Oh, the chocolate.
Chocolate. No, he's looking at something on. I'm trying to eat food. He's talking about some
Oh,
chocolate.
he's just listening for sounds.
So we're gonna cut that. I'm so that I'm sorry. Move my needle all the way to the right. And sew around that hole. But I need to be careful because see, last time I didn't even look to see if it had any holes. I didn't see any though in that little area. I didn't see the skip stitches. But to be honest, I didn't check, but I did check. I would have saw them if they were there.
Okay.
But this time I know at least to look. Plus, when I went around this part, I went real slow, which prevented that.
Hmm?
And the reason I went real slow because you need to go slow around. And then I was doing some manipulating like this. I probably prevented that from happening. Like every 3 or 4 stitch I'm adjusting. Mhm.
What?
I'm just trying to write this part on it. So I'm be honest, in that spot where I'm at now, I'm not sure. Is it kind of small though?
Okay.
Skip stitches. Can't forget. Mhm.
What? Okay.
Perfectly well started. Thanks. Right on time. That's when you know you're good, baby. That's when you know you're good. No skip stitches at all. Okay. Now, remember what I did? I went into the circle and I flipped close to the stitches, but not cutting them. We just wash the tip of the scissors, that's all. Get it as close as you can without, and then you snip, that's all. Simple, it's not hard at all. And you're trying to go too fast, really would you mess it up? But if you did, like I said, simply just stitch it again. Okay, so I went in there. I got as close as I could. Let me see. Yeah. And you do need to go, like when I originally started sewing, I was scared. I'd like to tell you to go close. They tell you to snip, but they don't tell you exactly how close to stitch. I am literally saying go as close as you can to the stitches without snipping the stitches. Okay. Because when I originally started doing this, I wasn't going far enough in because I was scared. I was like, they would just say snip, so I would just do some snipping. But you do need to go as close to the stitch as possible. Okay, so you don't just want to do little stitches all around. That's not what's the sense of that. You need to get close to the stitch as possible. And I'm not sure if y'all could see the stitching and see how close I went. Okay, but I didn't go. I'm like a little smidget away from the stitch. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do, remember, I took this white side and I pull it through the hole. And then I lay it down. And now we got wrong sides together, see? So now, and also now this whole part is finished. Okay. With the stitches being like, see, in between. And that's actually how you do a little girl's or woman's neckline too. On a dress, a shirt, woven pullover. Put it off. See, if you really went to them stitch lines like you should have, you really don't even need to iron. But of course, I'm gonna iron it to get the fabric to relax. Right? But even without ironing, that looks good. Yeah, even without ironing. Now I'm about to iron it to make it even better. If I hadn't went close enough, you wouldn't know because it would be bunched up. It wouldn't lay right. It wouldn't lay flat. Mhm. This is a part of my series for AKAs. I also make them for basically all the sororities, Mother's Day, birthdays, and I do have a person. She's AKA. She's been buying all my AKA stuff, so I know for sure if I make something, she will definitely buy it for me. Yeah. So did she order this? She did not. But she didn't order that tote I made for Anita. I made her a little bag. Also, she didn't order that, but she bought it. Then once I make this for her, she has some family members who are what's the one with the dove? I forget. And then she orders, but she wouldn't order the men ones, but she ordered the Marines, like the mask coats. She had family members, different. And then also for the what's the guys with the V they got the woman group too. I, I could put all that stuff on. Only reason I'm doing that is to relax. Because right around embroidery, usually because there's so many pieces of thread punched in the fabric, it sometimes bunches up, but it's no biggie. Nobody really knows it. And then I end up ironing it out. So That's why nobody notices, I guess. So we're gonna do this burrito method, and I'm gonna show it to y'all one more time. Okay. We're gonna do it one more time. I'm not gonna top stitch, remember I already decided that with the last one. Whatever I did with that one is what I'm gonna do with this one. Because it's more like a set. This is like a set, right? Okay. So I am rolling in because I want these two to, I want to sew these sides together. I want to sew this side. I want to sew this with this. But I need to sew it from the wrong side. You see what I'm saying? So instead of me just sewing like this, even if I sew it like this, there will be a raw edge from outside. So I want that raw edge in the inside. I'm going to take this side, I'm going to roll it. The reason I'm rolling it because I want this part out the way. So I'm going to roll and roll and roll and roll and roll. So that's called the burrito, right? Just rolling. But then you see when I rolled it, remember I want to sew this side, this to this, right? I want to sew this part to this part. So I'm going to grab this part, flip this over, and then I'll sew it to that part. Like that. And all this roll part, you got to keep it out the way because when you're sewing, you don't want to sew that. Okay? That's why it's called the burrito method. It's worked great for pillowcases. Yes, it's a good technique that I just learned maybe like a year or two ago through YouTube. Okay? Learned it through YouTube. The School of Hard Knocks. YouTube University, baby. YouTube University. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a great technique. Now I think I'm gonna try. I don't know how I'm gonna try this time. I think I'm gonna do it with the side up. And I'm gonna just hold the bottom taut and see if that works. Okay. Look at the nuggets, man. No. Listen, boy, you're gonna have to start eating. You like your mama, and that's not good. I don't want you growing up being like that. I'm okay with you eating food just to sustain, but you still gotta eat because cannot be like that, like my mom. I could go days without eating. You don't need to do that. You shouldn't. I don't need you to learn that. I don't even know where I got that from, but my mom was like that too. I don't know where we don't need to eat for days. We don't be hungry. I think it's good. I'm not sure if it's good, but it looked like it did. I look like that's good. Face, I didn't see it skip, but not long ago. Like that. Actually, what I could do is just go, so skip. We're gonna look one. If I hold it taut, then it won't skip at all. Because it's me kind of letting the needle go in without pushing it. Just skip. Skip. Oh no, no, child. Too close to me. And skip. It was one stitch skip. Won't be noticeable. Okay. So if it does the one stitch skip, then it won't be noticeable, especially at 2.5. But before it was like, so it looked like 10 stitches. And plus on this side, right up in there, I went too close to the white. And so I couldn't even grab the seam when I was that close. I went to the edge. Even though I did catch it, I could see that I caught it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and stitch a little further out there. And here, I barely caught it. So I'm gonna go here again also. Okay, that's because the white wasn't all the way to the edge. Right, so I'm going to go here and get it. And even though I did catch it, it's so scantily, right? It's so small. And because this is knit, it can unravel in one wash, 2 washes. And I don't want it to do that. And as soon as it unravels and the white is no longer caught, there's a hole. Okay. Now, if I wanted, what I could do, if I wanted to just zigzag stitch and kind of clean it up that way, that'll fix it. But it's just easier for me to just go through and do it again. I don't have to do the whole thing again, but just in certain areas. But I think I may just do the whole thing again. No big deal. Do it from this side though, right? So I can know that I caught it. So no big deal. When I just put that needle in, the needle took the fabric in. That might be why the stitches also caught. So I'm gonna lift that up and take that out. That might be, now that I realize that's doing that. Sometimes you got to start from the edge. So when I drop the needle, right, I'm too far. Let me pick that needle up. I'm sorry. Too far from the edge. I mean, too far from the edge. Because I gotta go back closer to it. Okay, I'm gonna drop that needle. I want to be far from that edge over there, but I'm gonna back it up. Let me see if that might be why. Okay, so it went cleanly in. I saw it go cleanly in. Okay. It's also, let me look that up. I'm gonna go a little bit farther like that. I'm gonna drop that needle. It went clean in. Okay, then I'm gonna back it up. And then I'm gonna hold this, but I'm gonna let it come forward. That's what the problem is. And this time I made sure that I catch that white. It's okay if I go further in on the, that's no big deal. I just need to catch that white. Okay. I just kind of feel that I know it's the needle, but the needle isn't old. It's the needle due to this knit fabric. And so I don't want to change the needle. Oh, shit, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Look, my lamp is about to fall because of the, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Probably due to the table shaking. I don't have it on because if it was on, I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't think I need it. Okay, let's put you up. Let's check it out. No skipping. I caught everything. I know definitely I caught this side because I had already caught that side. This side it wasn't the issue with this side. Okay. And
Wait.
yeah. I'm gonna do a little snips of beauty. Nikki, what you doing, man?
I know it's scary.
It's scary.
Oh no. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
There's no real curves in this. As y'all saw, I kind of
Oh no. Let's
just straight and straight and straight. So I don't have to really do no snips. Then we'll just pull this out. Okay, pull it out, and then both sides should be sewn.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, I
You
did
did
that
this.
side. I thought I had both of them done there. Okay, let's get both of them.
That's the menu.
What are you talking about, Nikki? Look at this busy, y'all. All right, I'm gonna do this all over again. This time we're gonna take it from the side that we already done, right? And we're gonna roll it. We want this side to go with this side.
This is the. Oh, Mama, it's outside over there.
It's outside over there?
Yeah,
Where's outside at?
on the TV.
On the TV? Oh, it sure is outside over there. Jacob, Jacob, Papa, you can eat. Yeah. Oh Lord, you can eat. Hey, you got it, you got it. No, he can. He's hitting the wrong thing. I don't know what he's doing. Hey, get the alarm. Ooh,
If that's a close one.
that's a close one. That was a close call. As you can say, that's a close one. That's a close call. Huh? That was a close one, man. That's a close one. That's a close call. And skip stitches. Yep, but I did backspace and got. I knew I saw it. I did backspace and got it. So, if you're ever in doubt, open your seam allowance. In the areas in which you see skip stitches. And I think I see skip stitches right here. And I don't think I caught it. Look, and you can see the hole. Okay, so there's skip stitches in the beginning. Remember when I first put it down and I was like, okay. So, and although nobody noticed it or anything, it really don't matter because of what this item is. Because it's just like, it looked like it's 2, 3, maybe 4 stitches that skip. Right, and look, you can see a tiny hole right there. Now in this item, it really wouldn't matter, but if somebody was wearing this, yeah, that would be a problem. Okay, but I'm gonna fix that by just stitching. How can you just look and tell skip stitches? Because the stitch is long, and these are not long stitches. This is 2.5 millimeters, which means they is drop, 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 drop. But I could see this thread is longer than that. That tells me it skipped here, it skipped here, and it also skipped here. In this area, I did back it up, but I didn't back it up here. So, it just skipped right when I was stopping, but it should have caught it. Yeah, so it fixed all that. So I still see the skip stitch, but I went underneath. I did another stitch up. And so everything should be good. And if you're in doubt, like I said, open your seam allowance. That's one of the reasons why they tell you to open your seam allowance. Because when you open it, when you go to iron and open, you will be able to see if you got a hole. Okay? But just open your seam allowance. And it's like cool. Now I'm gonna do some getting that right in there. I'm gonna cut right there. Also cut right here. Right there. I'm gonna go in there like that. And that should be good. And I'm gonna pull this up. Voila. Or in there, either with your, I have a few things. This is a small item, so I can go in with my finger and kind of push that seam allowance like that to get that. And that corner's right there pushed out. So to make the shape it's supposed to make. Okay? And then I iron it. And then that will make the shoulders. Wait for now.
Make a butterfly bubble.
No.
A butterfly
Butterfly?
bubble.
Butterfly bubble?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what the butterfly bubble is.
Elephant bubble.
Elephant bubble?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It must be blowing bubbles and it's shaped like elephants. Okay.
And it's a man bubble.
Okay.
But
What's here?
what? You trying to blow it in? What? Forgot.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
You now. I'm clean. Wait.
Turn the steam off first because it's too hot. I'm gonna put everything out now. Some heat on it. After the fact, right. Nothing hot, y'all. That's staying hot. Press down. Oh, so good. Might get put the heat on it. You know, you can't get the heat too long. And even leaving heat on it longer doesn't make it better. You put the heat and you put something on it. And I'm all to cool. And then it'll stay. That looks so good. That looks so good. Looks like that. Next. I'll put some steam on it and get. I really don't even have to touch it when you do steam. You could just blast some steam on it. If I wanted to, I could blast some steam on it. Because the link is in the show as well. That's all. Put the steam off. Should be something like I'll make this 2x2 or I think 3x2. I'm not sure. Let me measure this. This is actually there was an AKA underneath that I took away because it didn't need it because it got AKA right here. Right? I do have to go clean that up a little bit. These are small stitches that need to be cut off. Look at that. It's gonna be bad. Look at one. Here's the extraction of the some stitches that look to be about loose stitch. This is jump stitches. That's the one thing I hate about the machine I have, right? Jump stitches don't get cut by the machine. It's the only thing I hate about it. Oh, and besides, also I gotta change color. They change every time I change the color. But for this, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 colors, but I had to redesign it. Even though it's only 3 colors, I had to change the colors like 8 times. So that's the emblem that I put on there. That's the top of the towel. And you have 2 of them. I feel like I'm missing something. No, go back. So what's going to happen here is that how would this? But this is going to be inside up here like a dress. Okay, it will be pleated, and then so it's going to be a dress, and then it's going to be one on this side, and then, so when you open it up, you're going to have a towel on that side and towel on the side. And you could use it for various things. I use mine for covering things. This is a kitchen, what they call these things? What the exact name is, but refuse. Let's see, but I'm actually cutting this down the middle. Giving this two. This one now is not two. Actually, this was a one big one, and I cut it into half, and now I'm cutting that half into half. Okay, and then we're gonna use a half on one side and the other half on that side. Now the front, which you can see that this is the front, obviously. I am also debating. Well, no, I'm not debating. Although I could just be finished by putting this on it, it'll be cute, but it's gonna be cuter. So I'm gonna put a ribbon down at the bottom. That thing hit me. Oh my God. I'm trying to see it. It's right there. I wonder why. What? I knew it was bothering me, but I didn't know it was really cutting. This is a slap band. It's one of the ones that will stand out. I just don't want to stand out anymore. Why? It's not, and then you take it and you go on it. But that thing was digging in my. It's my fault. I guess I didn't have it on right. I had that part digging in my skin. And it was bothering me. And slap that like that too. And now I got a little blue right on my brain. Okay, so I could do a lot. I could really pretty this up. Right? I've already stitched that on. I could put the ski weave right here. I could embroider more on this and make this big, but I'm not gonna do all that. What I am gonna do though, I'm gonna sew 2 rows of stitching across that way. I want to make sure that's the way though. I want to do it. Which way is longer? Is it longer this way? This is almost 15. Or is it longer this way? Actually, it's exactly 15 this way. So this is gonna be the top. Okay. It's gonna be the top. I'm gonna put a little dot up there. So I know that that's the top. Okay. And this is gonna be the inside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stitch a row or 2. This is light. I probably could just do 1 row and then I'm gonna make pleats, or I'm gonna gather. So I'm not gonna make pleats. If I was making pleats, I would just pleat it like this, which y'all saw me try to do yesterday. I would just pleat it and then would sew it, and then it would have a pleat. See? That's how you make pleats. And gathering is where you make it gathered like this, and then you have gathers. And both of them are cute. It's just because I have a small opening. This isn't that large, so I'm going to gather it. Okay. And then put it inside there. And even it up. It's not really easier. It's about the same. I can do a pleat or a couple pleats by. I can use a foot that would pleat it automatically for me. Or I can mark center. Right, this is the center. It's the center. Take the center. Put a little pleat there. Another little pleat there. Pin it. Then come out here, put a pleat here. Right? Pin it. Then put a pleat there. And pin it. Put a pleat there. And then measure it to make sure that it measures that. And then it'll be done. That's how I would do that if I was doing pleats. But it really is easier the way I'm about to do it. I'm about to create gathers. I'm sure how easy that is on the sewing machine. I'm going to make my stitch length long as it could go, which for my machine is 5. And then I'm just going to sew across the top. With that, my stitch length meaning from going from 2.5, actually it could go even shorter than that, all the way to 5.0, which means stitch is going to be longer. Okay, so I'm going to do that at the very top. Needle, and before I do that, I also want to pull some of this. I need extra fat thread. Okay. I need the thread to be long. I'm going to show you the see. So I need the thread to be long before I start. Because I'm going to pull on that thread together. Right? And all I'm going to do is stitch across. Just as simple as that. I'm not going to back stitch. You know how I usually back stitch and then go forward? Or go forward, back, and then forward. I'm not going to do that. Because I need to pull those threads, okay? So I'm going to drop the needle. And then I'm going to just start stitching. That long thread is caught. That thread is caught underneath the foot. Let me see. Anyway, I don't think it's going on. And then instead of cutting the thread, I'm going to just lift this needle up. I'm going to take this and I'm going to pull because I want this to be long also, right? And then I'm going to just cut. Use back here to cut. So I stitched at the top up here. Remember, I have 2 long threads on both ends. I have long threads, not only on the top, but I also have it at the bottom, on this side and that side. So I'm gonna take the long threads and I'm gonna find either the top or the bottom thread. Normally they tell you to do 2 rows, but this is thin, so I don't need to do 2 rows. So I'm gonna just pull on that thread. All right, see? I'm pulling on that long thread. And I'm gathering. See that? I don't have both threads. The back one, which is the bottom thread, is at the bottom. I'm not pulling on it. When I'm ready to lock the stitch, that's when I put on both of them. Right now I'm just putting on one, get one at the top. I can also start at this on this side and do the same thing. Okay, and now I create a gather. And now that top is gathered. You want to measure or just kind of figure out how long you need to be at the top. Now I'm going to adjust for it to fit in there. Okay. But I shouldn't have done that yet because I do want to put a ribbon at the bottom. Okay. Let me find it. I know I cut 2 pieces. Just saw one too long ago. Or
No.
I'm gonna do the black one first. Okay, I'm gonna do this one because I did see that one. So. Look at that one. Have to find anybody. Okay, so I found the green one. I should. I found the paper strip. So we'll do the green one first. Okay. We'll move this out the way here. I'm gonna move this for now. Because I do want to iron this. I already kind of folded this in and maybe somebody bring down there. Bucket fabric, you know, that it keeps it got them creases forever. But this was a different type of fabric. So you put the iron on it, that comes with the bone. I don't understand. Okay, so we do the green one first. The one that I gathered, where are you? No matter what side. I'm gonna do. We're gonna put that down at the bottom of the dress. Just not sure how far down I want. I'm running. I'm running so this. I'm gonna go whoop, whoop, all the way around. Measure it first from the bottom to make sure that we really. Okay, let's see where you at right now. You'll do it links down. That look like 3 inches. Nah, very good. 3 inches up. 3 inches up. Oh, I can take a flip or I can take a, and this is 3 inches up on the side, and this 3 inches up on the side. Okay, yeah. I'm going to get folded a little bit. You know, that steams what, Barney? Hey. It's true. Yeah. You are so. Now let's make it up again.
Mommy,
Hmm?
that's scary iPad.
It's scary iPad?
Yeah.
Well, why are you looking at something scary on the iPad like that?
Because
what? You don't have to look at anything scary on the iPad if you don't want to, right?
and a scary car or something.
A scary what?
Scary car or something.
But why are you looking at something scary? Don't be looking at nothing scary. And then telling me it's scary. Okay.
This is better.
Okay, it's better.
You are trying to.
You shouldn't be looking at something he's scared of, okay? If you tell me it's scary, you're smart enough to know that it's scary. Smart enough to know not to look at it. Right?
Wow, it's beautiful red car. That red car. That red car is
I can't
pink
run
color
off now.
red car.
Gee, I didn't clip it to the thing. I gotta measure that again. Yeah. It don't have to be perfect, but it just needs to look perfect. Don't. It needs to look perfect.
Mama,
Hmm?
and there's money outside.
No, it's not morning. It's getting morning outside. Yeah.
Yeah, night outside and morning outside.
No, it's getting morning. It's going from night to morning. I know.
Go.
Yeah. It's night and it's changing to morning. Instead of going to night from day, it's going from night to day. You understand that? He said, my mom is going from day to night because he see that it's dark, but it's a little light outside. Man, that boy's so smart, y'all. He asked the right questions. He asked the right question. I won't tell him any lies now. He's so smart, though. He's dangerous. Maybe I should just mark it with a ruler. I have a line that I should, that line to follow. Be easier for me sewing too, because I don't want to pin this, right? And clips not gonna work because it's in the middle. That's the bad thing about clips. Clips can only be used on ends, right? Where you can clip, but I can't clip this to this from the middle. I have to use pins. And so it's easier if I like make a line and then I sit this on the line and then I'll know that it's straight, but here 3 inches from that corner there. And then the bit at the bottom of it. Make sure this is 3 inches. And I'm gonna have to pin it because I don't have no choice. Hard to pin though when I have something soft underneath. And you don't want to pin it to that. Let's make sure it's 3. Yep. And then I come over here. And just that's about push it down some. Pin you as well. But I think it just off the way, y'all. Plus the clips can pop off, okay? As soon as I pin it though, I'm gonna check and look, see what it visually look like. Okay, so that gonna be like the skirt, see? That gonna be like a little thing at the bottom.
We're not looking at that.
I think I should put it further, you know? Or is that two? Let me see. Where's top at? You don't like that? Now see, that's the top, that's the bottom ribbon.
Oh, a mouse.
I like
Mouse
it.
trying to come in.
Mouse. You gotta start staying your mama talk about a mouse. Okay? You better be trying. You be trying it with your mama. You better be trying it with me. So what y'all think? I think that's too far up. She go down a little bit. She go look at the one I have down here on my shelf. It came out perfect. I could also do two. Make a two. That would be cute too, right? And I really should, but no, I'm just doing one. Because I already cut one. I don't feel like to cut no more. So I'm gonna sew this on. I'm gonna start in the middle and I'm gonna start at the end. Right. And I'm gonna use a different. And I'm not gonna have a 5.0. I think I might want to do a decorative stitch. No, I'm gonna do edge. So if I'm doing edge stitching, I need a decorative stitch. A decorative stitch would look pretty though. I could have put something fancy on top, like hearts. I could have put yeah, I could have did a heart design in the pink going across. That would be cute. I'll decide after. I'll decide that once I. And since when we do that, I need to change that to pink. So we're gonna change from white. These two. Just had it. Let me see. Not exactly. This. That's right. This one more is in progress. About much a drop it. Yes. Country pop up a good one. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do my eyes. Red. It's pink. It was red. Another pink. It's red. Oh, but I want the pink that I had. Yeah. I did. Okay, let's put some of this stuff in. Mm-hmm. Got the curry. Mm-hmm. This is a good thing. One minute I have something. Next minute I'll be not my fault. I don't need that. If I have to, well, I shouldn't have to. We really just had like, it me me my feet. No, I mean, mm, you know, shouldn't have nowhere to go. Let me think about this. Feel like that might be a little too dark. It's still not a lot. It's still, it will be pretty still, but the light pink is not. So like that colors perfectly. Let me see. Yeah, this thing's up. Just a go. It's just the red, one here. My life ain't got the chance to look for. Put it on my porch, yeah. I know it's not even. Is this? No, there's nothing else. Yeah, no, like, what to tell? That link is you should always. I'm gonna be pissed off at myself if I start a song with it as soon as I get up. It's right underneath me. I really just heard it. Look at this one red over there. Yeah. No, see. Okay. I feel like it. Like it. The thing is about it'll be on the edge of the ring. Yes, I'm not gonna take this turn. I'm gonna want to put my label on it as well. It's white. You can barely see it. So it's only the right. Which I think only the black is too bold. White is too light. It's white though. It's good. Yeah. But white is good. Just a black. Black would look good on it, but reserve the blacks in my bags and things like that. I would put the whites and gold, like white on white, which means you can't see the white reading. And if I do put this on, I'm thinking about putting it on the ribbon. Okay, so if I put it on the ribbon, like when I'm sewing the ribbon on, and put it on the ribbon, I could center it on the ribbon. It says handmade with love. Thing is, I don't want it to. I could also put it on the thing itself, or I could also put it at the bottom down there, or in the center. I gotta say handmade with love, and that is cute. Okay, this will go. And it don't have to be on the front needle. It could go on the back or the dress where it says handmade with love. And it could also go to the side and the back, handmade with love. And when they open it up, use it, it'll still be there. So, but I do want that. And I'll figure it out. Wait a minute, my pen coming. Hey. Not that you know. I didn't open anything. Which means you're underneath me. Let me do that. Yep, look, it's right between my legs. As soon as I push back, right there. Okay. It's better than this. It's a big difference. Even though this and this isn't a big difference. Neither one of them are the big difference. It's just if you want to go darker or lighter. This would have went with it. But that's better on the green. I would have used that one on this one, no problem. But on this green, it would have been obvious that's not the right color. This is already red on the machine. Okay. The dust in the machine is not that up here. I'll do that sometimes. One, two, three, four. I'll open the step on 4, 5 is down here, 6 is right here, 7 is right here, and 8 cuts it off. There's a cutter right there. Right? Make sure your needle is up in the highest point, and then you push that, and it threads the needle. And my needle is now threaded. Could also put the same color at the bottom, but I'm not. And the reason being is because the back of this is white. So on the back, the thread will be white. On top, the thread will be pink. Edge doing this. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna turn this off and back on. Easier for you to get back my regular settings. I'm also going to start from the sensing. I'm going to make needle overlap and the one more 2.5 is over. This foot helps me stay aligned. I gotta make sure this doesn't fall out. And I do want this a top stitch, so I am going to make a long stitch, 3.5 or 4. I'm thinking about we're gonna do 4. I should really put more pins in, to be honest, to make sure it doesn't jiggle around. So I am going to put a couple more just for the sake of it. I don't trust this clip. It's not so much that I'm worried about the ribbon portion moving around. It's this part. If it moves, okay. I'm gonna take this up now. Let me just straighten it and get it. It's a blessing to look at. You listening to very well. Just keep rewinding. So he'll be singing it soon. He over there, he woke up his papa. So good. He playing with his papa. You listen to Spanish again? I'm just gonna put a feelings on it just to keep it. Okay, remember. Very clear. Yes. I'm good with this. Ollie, Ollie, Ollie. Well, put it back. The nice. Wow.
Nice.
Stick it to edge. If you're too close to the edge, what's going on?
Yes. Yay. What to watch, Papa? What do you want to watch? You want to watch this?
He asked Papa what he want to watch. He's considering of what he want to watch. What you want to watch, Papa? What you want to watch? Whatever you want to watch. You gonna watch whatever Papa want to watch? And then there we are. Go there like that, and then do that. Before I put this together, I am gonna put this. It says handmade with love, and not sure I'm gonna put it. I think I'm gonna sew it on. Usually I use rivets and usually put, and it'd be all, it look fancy when I do it the way I normally do it. But rivets are like, these are rivets. And the reason I don't want to use that on this type of thing is because this, I don't know, I feel like maybe I shouldn't. I also think I should have put this on before. Oh, I got to put this. Oh, I could put it on the PowerPoint, it might be easier. I gotta use the iron. You want to iron it in. And do both sides. Want to walk that just out my way. And put the towel in though. I wasn't thinking I have to have another one. And I remember taking the measurements. I think it's 2 inches. I wanted this to be 1 inch. I think I cut it into 2, and but I didn't fold it in half. So this should be a little over 1 inch. Okay. So then what I do is I put this, make sure, remember when I ended up making this into gathers. And you kind of stuff right in there. But I do want the gathers to be covered. You want that to look like a cute little skirt with ruffles with a little gathering up there. And I'm gonna just sew it across the top. And then I gotta do this other side, this side over here with the same. So I forgot, I needed two of these on, big one. So I gotta go cut another one of those, but we're gonna finish this side over here. Okay. I'll pin that. We're gonna put that in there. But we're gonna make sure this is even on each side. Some more gathering, some more in the middle. And usually when you gather it, the sides kind of fold in. Yeah. Put it in there.
Bye.
Mhm. Oh man, not again.
Easy. Okay, let's go.
We just like excuse it. Excuse it. Okay. Just get it when I'm 40, right? And then I put the other one on the other side. There will be another one of these on this side. And then when it sits on the kitchen,
What's about a con?
so I gotta go cut. Now with the black one, since I gotta go cut another one of these, I'm not gonna finish this one, right? And I'm not gonna finish this one because I need another strip of that too. But what I am gonna do is finish the black one. Where is it?
See what the purple one. Oh, wow. It's rainbow.
Rainbow. This is the black one. And the difference with the black one is that I'm not gonna put a strip on. because I'm gonna use one of these, which is probably gonna be this one. And so now the thing is,
Let's see what the red car is going.
black one.
Black one?
Mm-hmm. This one. I'm gonna
No, red color. Don't
I'm gonna
do
put this
that.
on the
It's
front.
a show. Be careful.
and I'm gonna put
You put yourself.
I actually did cut a strip to make one just like that. But I need to cut 2 strips. I don't feel like when I still like this remote. Okay. I already saw this one else told me when I did it.
Which one? You go put yourself too.
Birds.
Don't do that.
This is gonna be the front here. And I'm going to
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
now originally what I was gonna do, I was gonna put this on one side and get a different type on the other for the back. But no, I'm going to. But basically what I need to do is just sew a stitch across the top, make it ruffled, stick it in, and I'll bring it's done. Normally what I would do, I would have sewed it and tucked it in. So I'm thinking about that.
Go, you sew.
Be easier for me to
No.
sew it.
Oh no. No.
Then when I crease that go on the inside, I'm thinking about that. And that gonna be the dress part. I could also still put a black border. Just fabric at the border. But I don't think it needed.
No.
Put it down here. Here at the bottom. Or
Let's see, green card.
what else I can do?
Green card.
I could make a flowery bow out of this fabric and put like a bow on this. But remember, these are functional. Although they are cute, they are also functional. I use mine all the time.
Where did sushi so? Come on, this green card. You just as yourself. Then come on, green card. Yeah, you're laughing. Then come on, green card.
I have a couple more. This one. That look cute on there too.
Oh no, science card.
These aren't big enough for what I wanted to make with them. It turned out not to be as wide as I thought. Or at least this one wasn't. Let me see if it was.
No, no, no.
Yeah. It's 15 by 25. And I need you to be at least 19
Please.
by 25 to do what I want to do. Let me check the other side. I might just have to make a few adjustments on my pattern.
Hard working. Okay,
Anyway,
next one is color. This color.
okay, so you on the other hand, that's how wide.
Oh, I think it's Wally and design. Oh, an integral car.
Yeah.
You're trying to go. Blue car. Blue car. Integral car. He's crashed. Oh man, you crashed. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
So I'm not sure. Maybe if I do it this way, though, it end up being but if I cut you in half that way, cut you in half. Yeah, it doesn't work out the way I need it to work out. Something just can't be right. 4. That's a 4. It's supposed to be 6. No, it's supposed to be 4. It's supposed to be 6. So 4. Into 3, 4. Into 6, huh? Why couldn't I get this 6? Doing it the way I need you to be 6.
The K racing cars.
With the same thing here. That's a few. So you put you here, right? Oh, give me job.
What is that?
And then I still need a chair, right? Chair. Here.
Wait, huh? Oh my gosh, that's not the fits. Oh, no.
That's 8. No, that's 9. Take away 2. It's gonna need to be 6 inches.
The same car trying to
I
go
took away
on.
1 this inch on this side. And take away 1 on this side. Like that. Now you are 6 inches. Problem. Now that's perfect. This is perfect. Problem was. Put a pin somewhere there with you.
Yes, Papa. Now you wait now.
Papa not wait with me. Cause you still sleep, man. You didn't go to sleep till late.
Oh, the same car not go fix.
Not gonna fix.
No.
You want to go? We could go downstairs. You want to go downstairs and.
The blue car.
Make
He's
some
trying to
breakfast. I don't
run.
know. I don't know if I feel like going downstairs and making breakfast. My clips out. Okay, so this is the problem with this. It does do the 6 inches, it just doesn't do it evenly. And
Oh.
nothing's wrong with it. I'm gonna make one and see. I just think like the design on it isn't even. So when I looked at it, right, you see how that red border is thinner. The red border is close to the edge over here, but it's far away from the edge. That's what threw me off. It throws everything off. So if I was gonna sell,
Oh my
if I was gonna make what I'm making and sell it,
gosh.
I feel like it's gonna be so far. And it's because of my material. I'm gonna make it and I'll see what it look like. This says this kitchen is seasoned with love. So but I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be honest. I think if I do make it, instead of doing pleats, I'm gonna have to do gathers, and then then it'll work. But if I do pleats, it's not gonna work because once I do the pleat, this will not be centered. So I think I'm going to gather it, then make sure it end result is 6 inches. And then I'm gonna create what it is that I want to create.
Oh my gosh.
And then this way I can adjust the gathers how I want for that to be in the center.
Whoa, and the heart.
You know?
Now you
I have no choice because of this goddamn thing right here.
put that there.
And the other side of that, let me see, was it the same? Now this one, this side is just as crooked. It's a little different, better though. This one is a little better. Yeah, this one is a little better. I may do better actually just cutting this design out and creating my own. Get rid of, if this red wasn't here, but this red is what's going on. You can tell that's crooked as hell. Could put lace on it. Inside, some type of lace covering that red up. And I use this. I think it's cute, but I should have looked at it a little more carefully before I bought it, and especially before I cut it. If I wouldn't have cut it, I would have bring this shit back because this shit not even worth $1. I can't use it for what I want. But it will look cute with this dress top. Okay. But what I bought it for, it will not. And now this, see, because it has no design on it, I would be able to fold this the way it needs to be folded. Okay. With the center 4 inches from one to the other, taking it, folding it in, then taking the edge 1 inch, and it will never fold right. I'm tired. So what do I need to do? I need to cut one more strip for this and one more strip for this so I could put it at the bottom like that. So I could finish the other side. Then I'll sew them on. Just sew them on together because I want both of them to be even. The skirt part. But that's cute. Now I could also, now I don't actually need a strip on the other side, to be honest. In the back of the dress. Because it is an obvious right side, wrong side, right? We know that this is the back because there's no design. So we know that this is the front.
Are you ready, colorful?
And
This is colorful, guys.
therefore, I do not need
Well, what colors?
strip on the back. But I do think it's just look cute. I'm not sure how I do it. Strip on the back. No, strip on the back if I wanted to.
No, please. Stop it, please. No, please.
It still would be functional.
Okay.
And it still would be adorable.
Well, it's away, Michael.
Made it double-sided, right? Where one side is green, similar to this. I think that's what I'm gonna do next time. Right? Look at where this side is green and that side is yellow. That would be cute as hell. Just have to make it differently though. I was just gonna have to have a seam at the top to connect the both colors. I'm sorry. Legally, Mama is about to go to sleep. Legally woke up. No, Legally woke up. Legally just woke up maybe like 3-4 hours ago. You want me to wake up too? I am awake, but I'm tired. It's Mother's Day, we might be I forgot it was Mother's Day. That's why Papa told me he want no pizza because we going out. But
my queen.
hmm?
Where's my queen?
Why you close my door, Licky? Where your daddy at? You don't even go check your daddy, huh? Your daddy sleeping? Y'all literally go there. He ain't worried about me. He want to do what he want to do. I'll finish this later.
No.
I have the cutest fabric to make what I wanted to make. And then the towel, like I was just showing you, this is some fabric with women butts, but they made like fruit. See, there's women sitting on the beach. And their butts outfit that's like a cherry, pear, apple, I guess. That look like, I don't know what that is. It's like pears. It's so cute, right? And this is going to be a towel topper too, where the towel, see, the towel hangs from here, and then I have this strip that goes, and so that's what the white was, the white one or the wine one, right? I was thinking when I thought of their butts and the fruit, like you can tell, see that's pineapple. So her butt, even though you can't really see because the way I folded, she's pineapple, she's banana, cherry, pear, and look like an apple. And different fruits. So when I was thinking about that and I saw this towel, I was thinking wine. So I was gonna have her, this was gonna be the topper of it. But then I was like, I don't know, because this is so dark. This is not the way it's gonna be folded, by the way. Would be better than that. So I don't know.
Oh,
These are towel toppers, okay? Bought this towel. I don't know. It'll be good with a chef too, with a chef. But it really was for that white one that y'all saw before I cut it in. Maybe that wasn't. Whatever. With the square messed up. I kicked, but I noticed unless I pleat it, don't pleat it, and just won't fit right. I know it would go good with this. Right? Because it's white. It has the red border. And this would be a cute topper for that. So we go to the top of the towel. folded just some part, and then use the towel part. And I know it would go good with that. Okay. Problem is, the way it goes, the towel ends up, this ends up going, being sewn in here like this, right?
Yes.
And then this ends up being on top of it. Let me show you. This ends up being on top of it. Like that, like a handle. Okay. And the towel itself
Oh,
ends up being inside like that. Okay. Kind of like that, but not that folded. Okay. This bit is at the top. And it also goes over, what you call them. I'm gonna test it out.
This is so small. Okay, go.
I take a look at this. I don't think about unless it's either plain towel. But I think the black is too black. The black over everything. Let's see.
Let's take off these that kind of thing.
So if I put that on top of that, that would look really cute too. See? Black goes with everything.
That's why I'm not going.
But everything doesn't go with this. Black go with everything, but everything doesn't. So I just think it's just white would go with this.
That's not going.
It's just that
That's just going to work.
it's not gonna work because my towels aren't wide enough. So I'm gonna have to gather instead. And then I'm gonna make this. I should make it now, but do a stitch across it. Once I do that, first I sew this, right?
Let's do this.
Like that'll be, so it's not gonna be that wide, of course not. It's gonna be like, yeah, right? This on the other hand will make this out. I'm just hold it. And it's gonna be like that. And then it's gonna be like this. And then the towel will be inside of it. And I think it's gonna be cute. It's gonna be easy to make. I can make it right now real quick. And I think some, but I wanted to use this white, and I'm scared to. No, I think it's gonna work. Also, I have a topper. It's a different topper. So I have the toppers that look like little dresses, where everything like a dress. I'm just making regular toppers. Black go with anything, so this could go with the black. Let's go with the white. Okay. It is.